This is the 51st video in a series of videos that study the 101 laws of the Success Mindset Code. In this video, we will address the 51st law, the law of deep connections. Many people spend their entire lives chasing opportunities, trying to force results, and believing that success is built only through personal effort and isolated achievement. But what most people only discover later in life is that success is deeply relational. It's not just about who you know, but about who truly walks beside you, who believes in your journey, and who supports your growth. Deep connections are not built overnight. They're cultivated through time, trust, and authenticity. Think of a tree. Its strength does not lie in the branches everyone can see, but in the roots that grow silently beneath the surface. The law of deep connections teaches us that our roots are the relationships we nurture, and these roots are what keep us standing during storms. In a world of fast interactions, shallow networking, and temporary contacts, those who master genuine connection thrive differently. After midlife, when many people face financial uncertainty, career transitions, or the pressure to reinvent themselves, the presence of a strong support network becomes a decisive factor. This is when we realize that prosperity isn't built alone. When you surround yourself with people who share aligned values, a growth mentality, and similar life goals, you create an ecosystem of mutual support. You gain access to knowledge, emotional backing, accountability, and opportunities that can significantly accelerate financial recovery and expansion. Consider the story of Carla, now Caroline. Early in her entrepreneurial journey, she focused on collecting as many contacts as possible. Thinking volume would bring results. But superficial interactions created no growth. Over time, she learned to invest deeply in a few authentic relationships. She built partnerships based on transparency, emotional support, and shared mission. These connections opened doors she never imagined. During moments of crisis, when her business faced challenges, these relationships protected her from giving up. They gave advice, resources, and encouragement. Her financial success, once fragile, became stable because it was anchored in trust. Now think about Tiago, renamed Thomas. He searched tirelessly for influential people to surround himself with, hoping status would translate into success. But he never opened his heart, never really listened, never offered vulnerability. His network was wide but shallow, and when life tested him, when he faced job loss and debt, he had no one to lean on. People knew his name, but they didn't know his soul. Without deep roots, he fell. His journey teaches us that empty popularity means nothing when adversity arrives. If you are navigating financial challenges in your mature years, deep relationships become a crucial asset. Emotional stability affects financial decision-making. A supportive network increases resilience. Advice from trusted sources prevents costly mistakes. Encouragement helps you sustain motivation. Prosperity is built in ecosystems, not deserts. So how do we cultivate deep connections? It begins with active listening, truly hearing what people feel, not just waiting for your turn to speak. When you listen deeply, you honor someone else's inner world. You signal safety, respect, and empathy. This is what turns acquaintances into allies. Next comes vulnerability. Many people, especially in midlife, try to hide their struggles, afraid of judgment. But vulnerability is the gateway to trust. When you admit fears, share lessons, and reveal weaknesses, others feel permitted to do the same. Bonds deepen when two people feel safe enough to be imperfect together. Another principle is valuing quality over quantity. You don't need thousands of contacts. You need 5 or 6 people who would stand with you when everything feels uncertain. Real friendships are not transactional. They evolve through shared values, mutual respect, and emotional reciprocity. Being present in hard times is another pillar. When someone is struggling financially or emotionally, many disappear. But if you choose to stay, even with small acts of support, you create a memory. That memory becomes a bond stronger than any business agreement. And finally, there is ongoing care. Relationships weaken when ignored. A message, a phone call, a coffee, small gestures show that someone matters. Attention is the greatest currency of connection. Now reflect on your current financial situation. Are you trying to overcome debt alone? Are you attempting to reinvent your career without mentorship? Are you holding pride instead of asking for guidance? Deep connections can accelerate every stage of financial recovery. A mentor who has walked the path can shorten your learning curve. An emotionally supportive friend can help you stay focused. A community with shared goals can provide accountability. Prosperity flows where relationships are healthy. After midlife, time becomes precious. We are less interested in superficial approval and more interested in meaningful contribution. Deep connections provide purpose. They remind us that success is not measured only by money, but also by how many lives you positively affect. And paradoxically, when you contribute to others, your financial life improves because value flows in both directions. To build deep connections, practice being curious, ask better questions, show genuine interest, celebrate victories, offer support without expecting immediate returns. Relationships are long-term investments that pay the highest dividends. Reflect on these powerful questions. Who are the 5 people that truly matter in your life? How much time have you invested in them this month? Who could you help without expecting anything back? How can you be more emotionally present? What fears prevent you from being vulnerable? The answers reveal where your roots are and where they are missing. Financial growth in mature years isn't just about strategy. It's about emotional architecture. People with no support quit faster. They doubt themselves more. They hesitate to explore new opportunities. But those with deep connections remain courageous, innovative, and hopeful. Courage comes from not standing alone. Look at your workplace relationships. Trust creates collaboration. Collaboration creates performance. Performance creates financial growth. The same applies to entrepreneurship. Customers support brands they feel emotionally connected to. Partnerships flourish when trust outweighs fear. You must also protect yourself from draining relationships. Not everyone deserves access to your time and energy. Deep connections do not mean carrying everyone's burdens. They mean choosing the right people to walk with you. Sometimes, to prosper financially, you must gracefully distance yourself from people who sabotage your growth, emotionally, energetically, or financially. This opens space for healthier relationships. As you expand your network, focus on values, honesty, reciprocity, emotional intelligence, long-term vision. These are the qualities that build financial stability and personal peace. The law of deep connections is not only philosophical, it's practical. Studies show that strong social networks increase longevity, reduce stress, improve decision-making, and dramatically enhance career opportunities. Connection affects mental health. Mental health affects money behavior. Everything is interconnected. If you have felt alone in your financial journey, this law invites you to rebuild your ecosystem. Reach out, reconnect, apologize if necessary, ask for help, offer help, share knowledge, listen with your heart, speak truthfully, value the people who stayed, welcome those who arrive aligned. Success is never just about what you build, it's about who builds with you. When you nurture deep relationships, you prosper emotionally, professionally, and financially. And when life tests you, these roots will hold you firmly in place. prosperity thrives in connection. If this video made sense to you, give it a like, drop a comment below, share it with someone who needs this message, and subscribe with the bell on so you won't miss a thing. And if you want to take the next step to transform your financial mindset, check out the link in the first comment below.